like I said, we're going to slow things down a little bit and have a first date between myself and the PechaKucha crowd. So I thought I'd start off with a limerick after these beautiful illustrated slides that there once was a boy named Bill who quite had a fancy for Jill. But like him, she did not, for he was full of snot. So Bill got mail and hooked up with Phil. And I think what that kind of shows is that there's always options. There's always options. And don't be afraid to put yourself back out on the first date and open yourself up to the worst possible date. Because like we've said already, that can be a very, very good dinner anecdote. So as we can see, I think going for a full chicken dinner on a first date, not so good an option, I think. I think you got to go for something a little bit lighter, more of a salad for yourself. Don't be chewing down on a full chicken wing while you're trying to get to know someone and make brief conversation. And like all of us may have witnessed, Corona has got a lovely mass grip of us all, really taking us in and trying to become our partner, even though we would like some space. 2 meters if possible. You did it. So this could be me, drawn by the lovely Lovish. Me always wearing a floral shirt and a flat cap, trying to make the best impression and make sure that although I might look attractive, try not to attract the deadly Corona. Laugh track didn't quite work on that one. So we always try and change ourselves and try and put on a different look, a different feel, and try not to be too sluggish about our approach to the dating world. Try and approach it a little bit quicker, a little bit more open-minded, less of the snail and the slug, and make more of the hare approach. And why not take care of your looks? I know we're in lockdown and it's difficult to get the urge to make yourself look good, but you'll be amazed by the difference a little bobby pin in the hair can do, not just to the outward looking world on Teams calls, but to your own internal love for yourself. I think we all have two versions of ourselves inside. One, a pet bunny rabbit that is nice to us, and one, a crocodile. And it's up to us which one of those two creatures we feed. Do we feed the crocodile version that's always going to give us a hard time? Or do we feed the rabbit version that might be a little bit softer, a little bit nicer to us? And I think people are afraid of commitment. You know, people don't want to buy that bag for life because they fear, what does that mean? Do I want this bag for life? Do I want that bag for life? The choices seem a little bit overwhelming. But let I say this, you should commit. Commit to that bag for life. Commit to that new world, that new age. Because we're going to be cyborgs one day, let's be honest. We're going to get those mechanical legs, because I, for one, am sick of telling my legs what to do. I would rather have an algorithm sort that out for me so I can just get about my life and care about the more important things, like the things we've talked about already on these talks. A bit of that self-love. And like the wise words of Yoda, do or do not do, there is no try. And I know Luke was too polite to say to him, what are you talking about, Yoda? That makes no sense. I'm stuck in the woods with you. I'd rather not be here. But maybe there was some wisdom in that. Maybe there was something like, try as you might, no one else is going to shave your bum cheeks but you. And what does that really tell us as a life message? You know, the dirty jobs we have in our own life, nobody else is going to do. You're going to have to do that yourself. So pick up those razors, get some suds on those cheeks, and get shaven. You know, because not everything in life is a Polaroid moment. Not everything we do is going to be something you want to remember. Let's be honest. You're not always going to want a photograph of those shocking moments that took you by surprise. The Zoom calls where you weren't quite ready, didn't have the proper outfit on, and you were on camera before you could say, what's that tune again by that violin playing dog? Because that's the guy I want to learn to know. And much like this dog, I think this COVID time has taught us all to maybe take up new hobbies. Now, I'm not sure if I'm brave enough to try and take on teaching a Labrador how to play. Oh, and I can't even, to be honest. I feel like everybody else is getting a bit sick of this COVID time, but know that there is light at the end of that tunnel. And if you can't find somebody else to love, I think turning that love inward is really the message that a lot of our speakers have had today. So maybe pour yourself a glass of wine, stick on the Muppets, and treat yourself to a pretty psychedelic time, just like Kermit and the rest of those amazing and crazy puppets would say. If we look at the 5 different expressions of love, we know that there are acts of love, there are gifts, there are expressions of physical love. And I know we can't go into the physical expressions of love on this call because it is only 3 o'clock in the UK. I can hear the sirens going off to keep it very PG, so I will. But keep in mind that as we've seen in a lot of these talks, the outward expressions of love feel like almost a disaster trying to find somebody else to love you. And I say maybe do some self-care. Call the emotional ambulance in your own head to apply triage and see where the pain points are in your life that aren't quite going well enough. And where could you give yourself that emergency CPR? And like I said before, it's a marathon and not a sprint. You know, getting through this whole journey, which has been over 300 days of lockdown here in the UK, it has moved at a snail's pace. But keep in mind that that snail's pace, it's much easier to keep yourself safe. and and always remember to eat your greens. I know cabbage-like in our lives here, but remember that as you peel the layers back of both your internal emotions and physical ones, you know that thank you is all you need in this world. Thank you very much.
Wow, you aced that. That's so good.